Welcome back, guys. We're going to have a little bit of an offshoot video today from what we would normally do. We're going to talk a little bit about my garage. So this is just a little old school 1.5 bay garage. Nothing special whatsoever. It actually has asphalt floors, which I find kind of hilarious. I've never seen that in a garage. The garage over the years has settled a little bit. So you can kind of see where like the track rail is in the ground basically. I actually jacked this entire garage up. All these boards had rotten. Well, you really can't see behind my shovel, but take my word for it. This siding right here was literally like jammed in the ground. So this entire corner had to come up 2 whole inches. And if you look really close, it's not quite level, but it's pretty darn close. This whole side was sagged super far down. The door didn't close right. It was a whole thing. I got her dialed. I also put some nice lag bolts into the asphalt, so the walls are really solid now. I mean, you could literally just kick this wall and break it off if you wanted to. You know, it's a super old garage. It really probably, technically needs to be torn down and a new one put up. But listen, it's structurally sound. It's safe to put stuff in. It's safe to work in. I actually don't own this house, so it's perfectly fine. Not everything has to be perfect in life. However, one thing that is a bit of an issue here that we're going to start to take care of today, is this lighting. Now, I also have that light hung there, but all the bulbs here. Now, this story begins with my grandfather, actually. I just stared at those lights. Oof. Begins with my grandfather, actually. And I want you to feel free to say whatever you want to say in the comments, but I'm going to give you the context as to how these lights came to be, okay? My grandfather on my mom's side, one of the greatest men I ever knew, including my own father, and I unfortunately never met my father's dad. I've only heard good things. Side the point. But he was good at very many things. He was a plumber. He helped build some of the nuclear power stations and stuff around here. He was a pipe fitter in the local union. He ran a bakery. He was a World War II vet. He recovered tanks in France for the U.S. military. Tanks would go down. He drove a big truck, was actually chain drive with basically a military tractor trailer, and he would recover tanks through France and drive through small towns, destroying all the roads because it's 18 bazillion tons. So really cool life story. Way cooler than mine will ever be. He died in 2016. He was 93. Still think about him to this day. But anyway, so one thing he was not the best at was electrical work, okay? As evidenced by these lights. And Grandpa, I love you, and I'm not trying to speak bad on your name. But by the way, I think I forgot to just mention, he owned this house, okay, for a long time. So I should have said that before. But anyway, that's where he comes into the picture. Some of the electrical work is, functional. And in fairness, this place is not burned down, okay? Functional, but needs to be cleaned up. The story goes from my father, his son-in-law, okay? My dad, who's pretty good with electrical work, gets a call one day, and he's like, John, my dad's name's John. John, this is my grandpa, right? He's like, we gotta put lights up in the garage. There's not enough light in the garage. Something to that effect. And he's like, okay, all right, we'll come over, this weekend, whatever. We'll put lights up in the garage. Well, my grandpa, like me, was not a patient person, okay? Not the most patient person, anyway. And right now was kind of the only acceptable answer, I think, for most of his, whatever he was trying to do. So when the answer was not right now from my father, because he had 2 young kids and a job and a wife and all that stuff, the solution to that was to do the lights himself right now. And to the best of his ability, as I shouldn't be laughing, as I literally noticed this while making the video. I did not notice this until just now, and I've been here for quite a while now, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, to the best of his ability, he got lights to work in the garage. And again, the place hasn't burned down, and they have worked for a whole lot of years. However, they're a bit of a, nightmare, to put it nicely. And we're going to clean this up a little bit. The way that we're going to clean this up is via more free stuff, which I think my grandpa would appreciate, or cost-friendly things. He was a member of the Great Depression era growing up. So, he knew how to save a buck in a good way. And you didn't have a ton of money and stuff, you know, so you do what you got to do. Well, my good friend Dave, who we just painted his Jeep, I'll put that video up here somewhere. He was nice enough to gift me, and I think because the lighting was so poor in our shop, to gift me these nice octagonal lights, which are all the rage these days. You know, you can put them on all different shapes and stuff like that. Now, I think his intention was for me to put them in our shop to provide more light. The reality is, I'm going to put them in this garage because I need light in here equally as badly, if not worse. And this is where I want to put them. And they're in my possession now, so I can do with them what I want. So we're going to put these together today. We're going to install them. And then what I think is going to happen is I'm probably going to take this row down, clean up. This is kind of the majority of the questionable wiring. This is too. So it's really these two rows of lights basically. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to get rid of this set yet because I don't have enough, but I'll buy another kit of those. We'll take this whole row down, and then I can not have to hang my little work lights off of there and have this just mess of extension cords in my grandpa's honor of, you know, continuing the electrical nightmares in here. And we'll clean it up that way. Now, one thing I want to mention in his defense and in the defense of the safety of this garage, okay? A couple things. There are two breakers right here that power the whole garage. It's only got 20 amps to it, not a lot, but for what you're doing in here, it's honestly fine. This switch is an outdoor light. This switch turns off the lights. And then, so once you flip this switch, all this ugliness is dead wire, okay? It also powers a lot of the outlets on there, which I want to split off at some point. So the good thing is, even though the wiring looks kind of bad, and it is, it's not really energized when you're not in here. So in that sense, you know, God forbid something were to happen, you're going to probably notice it and be able to get out, you know. Still needs to be cleaned up, but not the end of the world. So we'll start to do that today. Like I said, I don't know how far I'll make it, but we'll get it a little bit dialed. So that's a very long prelude to this. I'm going to put the time lapse on. We're going to put this together, see how that goes. And then we're going to hang it somewhere. And that'll be the entirety of this video. But I thought it was a fun story, and I figured I'd share the story with you. And then we'll kind of track the progress in the next, you know, weeks and months. It's going to be months, realistically. I'm got a lot of stuff going on this summer. But we'll get her dialed in slowly but surely. I will, however, now that I notice this, at least get a box for now. And just put that in a box and clean that up now that I know that that's there. I don't like that. The rest of it's just cosmetic, honestly, more than anything else, as much as I'm joking around about it. Wires hanging out looks bad, but it's safe, right? They're still coated and everything, or, you know, shielded, but that's not really great. So we'll fix that more immediately now that I just saw that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, no BS. I texted my friend Dave to thank him because I literally just opened these, and he said, holy crap, I forgot about that. It's been a couple weeks since he sent me these. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I said, you know, I said thank you. Figured least I can do for the paint help on the Jeep. That shop can use some lights, haha. So he meant to put them in the lights. Those new lights are what all the cool Instagram YouTuber people are using nowadays. I said that in the beginning of the video. That's funny. Figured you could do a studio setup somewhere in the shop or wherever you wanted them, obviously. Well, like I said, I'm gonna put them in here, and I actually have been wanting to do some kind of like talking videos. You know, we're talking about cars and stuff, and this is the Silverado tailgate from my truck that you know, goes up against the wall and folds up. I'm using it as a table right now because I have my table covered in crap. So I think this would be a really cool backdrop, right? So I'll show you at the end of the video, but, you know, fold that tailgate up and I could put a chair there and talk, and it'll be kind of a cool, like, random background. So that's actually why I wanted to put them in here, as well as just being able to see when I do work on stuff, because I gotta work on the bike in here and stuff. So yeah, we'll get him up. So I guess I do have his approval to put him in here. So he'll get a kick out of this if he watches it. But anyway, time lapse now. We'll start now. As you can see in the time lapse, these are pretty straightforward to put together. They all just kind of click into each other. You just need to be careful that your corner pieces are in the right spot so you can get the desired shape. And it wound up being way bigger than I thought. So we should have plenty of light for this small garage. Okay, so we've got this guy taken care of. I think here's what's going on. I guess I didn't realize this. This outlet is constant power when you turn the breaker on. That was powering all these lights. I want this outlet to be live all the time, and then that outlet's on a switch too, so I'd really rather that one not be on a switch. So I'm going to turn the breakers on. I'm going to strip these wires back a little bit, turn the breakers on and see what's live and what's not. and then we'll go from there. It's too funny. Okay, so I turned all the breakers back on. I think this is going to be live. Let's see. That is not live. Okay, so that must feed that outlet, which I kind of thought was the case. This one should be live. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm a little confused, but we'll figure this out. Okay, so that's live. So that is live power. Let me turn the light switch off. With the light switch off, that is now dead. Right, okay. So that's switched power. So that must not go directly to that outlet over there. This must go up and around, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. So this one goes down to the outlet, comes out of that outlet, goes back up, around the bend, comes across, over here, and goes straight back to the panel. So this is switched power. Sir, we can utilize this for now. However, I would like to not have this outlet, which this outlet is fed. This is very interesting. This outlet is fed by this wire, and then it comes out to the one that's on the ground over here. I'm just going to check this to be safe because I'm not really convinced that this doesn't have power going to it in the wrong direction. So before I touch it, let's find out. Okay, this is not live. Okay. All right. So how do we want to do this? I'm going to think about this off camera. Did some figuring out off camera. So first things first, we're going to trash this little leg here. And what we'll do is just plug straight into the outlet. I could hardwire it, but honestly, I'd rather it be on an outlet because then I can, plug it in and unplug it if I want to. And this is the switched outlet, which is fine. Most of the time you're in here, you can just leave the lights on, but and whatever you're running. But what I can also do is just unplug it if I really want to turn the lights off, and still have the, stuff plugged into it. So that won't be a big deal. That's why I want to leave it pluggable. So let's get this guy out of here. It'll let me. Come on. That was about the most aggressive way I could have done that. We got the breakers off, so I shouldn't get shocked. Hopefully. Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, we got her hung enough that I can get light back. We are dialed, guys. I'm going to just hang this thing up for real, and we'll go from there. We're going to be a YouTube studio before you know it. And now I got to take this wire here, cut it about there. I'm going to use this box, which is a perfectly good box that's hanging here, and route that. So that will get power back to that outlet. That'll be constant power instead of switched, and life will be good. I also swap breakers because it's all the same, gauge wire. So the 20 amp breakers on all the heavy duty outlet stuff, and the 15 amp breaker will be on the lights and the switched outlets, which I don't really plug much into the switched outlets. So that'll be good. So we should be in good shape. Camera died at the very end, but that's okay. We now got her dialed. This outlet, which houses all this stuff, is now not on the light switch. So that'll still be live, which is great. That's plugged into that outlet, so that's good. and everything should be happy. So I just got to get a cover for this fella, and we'll be in good shape. And that kind of cleans up all of the really sketchy wiring. Oh, shoot. I got this guy hanging out I got to get rid of. So I got to pull that outlet quick and yoink that wire out. So I will do that, and then we'll clean up the garage, and then we'll close this one out. Alright guys, so we are pretty much cleaned up. I got some other stuff here, but these are kind of open projects I need to finish. It's looking a lot better over here. Lights are good, working good, everything's good. Life's good. So we'll close this one out. As always, thanks for watching. God bless America, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.